Hey, good evening, everybody. Hi, I'm Ross Cook, the founder of Ross Cook Balancing. I help high-level entrepreneurs to overcome self-sabotaging behaviors and beliefs so that they can continue to grow sustainably profitable businesses and value-based lives. Remember, there's a lot of entry points to many of the things I just mentioned. Most important thing is to dig in and intend and value where you are. It's a great place to start. I want to talk tonight a little bit about the difference between wellness and managing wellness in the now, sadness, disappointment, and despair. Now, I was a college basketball coach for a long time. And, you know, it's very fashionable, and it used to be very fashionable, I hope it's not now, to be really high when you won, and you could play handball on the curb when you lost. I mean, you were down, so down. And it was kind of the norm. It was how it was. It was an emotional game, and you had to be able to embrace all of those emotions, both at the extremes and within and whatever. And I had a friend, a lady I coached with for years, who said that, and she had worked with John Wooden for years, and she said the difference between John Wooden and anybody else that she had ever met was when John Wooden lost, a half hour later you couldn't tell if he won or lost. He was flat. He was even. Because he had other bigger things in his life that he believed about in life and about himself than what happened in 40 minutes. Okay? Now that's easier said than done. And so you realize at 145 or whatever these are in 145 days, at some point Ross is going to tell you a little bit about what's behind the curtain, the little guy back there playing the piano. Well, I had a lot of those ups and downs, winning and losing, recruiting, not recruiting, throughout a day, highs and lows. And I thrived on it. I mean, I could just ramp up more and more energy from limited fear-based places, but I had enough energy to compete and do whatever I could do. I had to learn the difference between disappointment and despair. You can be well and be sad. It's natural. Life is going to throw some stuff around. We're going to have some good things and bad things happen. We're going to have some hurtful things. We're going to have some people and dogs and things we know and love leave us. So we're going to have times of sadness. We're going to have times of disappointment where one of the best quotes I've ever heard about a broken heart says that when you have a broken heart about a relationship or whatever, it's not, you didn't break your heart, you broke your expectations of that relationship. And that's what's hurting you, is that you energize a bunch of beliefs and now you're worried they're not going to come true. So whether it's one more water main break-in or a tree falling through your house, or whatever it is, stop yourself at disappointment. Don't let it tip to despair, because despair is a tough one. Despair is starting to cycle down. Despair makes us reactive and makes us fight back and get angry and no. Please, you're going to need the energy to come back from disappointment and sadness. So let's not spend it as we spin down. And I'm not saying be less than genuine to yourself. I'm saying just don't let it last a day. Don't let it make you act out in things. Don't make you mistakes. Don't make you be angry at work. It's extremely, people can, who you believe in profoundly can disappoint you. But did they disappoint you, or did your expectations disappoint you? Okay. It's a very fine line, and I invite you all to journey within yourself and spend an hour or two, if you feel yourself tipping from one to the other, and really dig in on it and feel all those emotions and get it over with. But don't feel all those emotions and then feel them again in the morning and the next day and the next day and the next day. There's only so many pipes in your house that can break. Please. We all want to make a difference, and so we want to be radical. We want to make a big difference, and there's a great quote by Royo that says, to be a true radical, let's make hope possible rather than despair convincing. And who would we be convincing with despair? Anybody would listen, but the one that's hurt the most is you. And I had to learn, after coaching all of my life and teaching all my life in athletic performance, I had to learn to know the difference between disappointment and despair. And when you feel them coming on, you have to get inside and feel all those emotions. Don't get inside and then just put Band-Aids on them. Get inside and feel raw and feel vulnerable and feel hurt. But get it done. Have a tool for journeying within. It's yet another water main, or it's another bad day at office. Well, what if I hadn't gone in today? Would I had the bad day? I don't know. But it did happen. So how am I going to manage my personal energy of now? Manage my personal energy of now. Get an idea of something bigger to hold on to. I'll go back to Mother Teresa, and there are streets there in India where they had just people would come drop off, they're dying. And she said she wanted those people, when they looked at her, to not see her, but to see God. See the face of Christ consciousness. Not to see, that's so self-effacing in the hardest moments. Completely selfless in the hardest moments. To make hope possible rather than to make despair convincing. Okay? If you're out there and you're struggling tonight, my heart hurts for you. And you're okay. People love you and believe in you. You're genuinely good. Your energy's just at another level. It's like a battery in your car that doesn't have the power to start the car today. It's okay. It's just another level. You can do it. You're loved. People believe in you. And you can be disappointed. And you can be sad. And you can be well. Hope is a big deal here. Hope is a big deal. Find a value that's important to you. Kindness, flow, joy, faith. Put that with your disappointment and just stay with it. And don't let it cycle down one more level. I believe in you. I'll be here tomorrow night to visit with you again. I'm Ross Cook, the founder of Ross Cook Balancing, and we'll visit with you again tomorrow. I hope your day is well, and I hope your evening is well, and I hope your day tomorrow is weller than it is tonight. So let's move it to the positive side, if we can, on the VU meter, how you're using your energy tonight. I believe in you. I wish you wellness.